Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will be talking about horizontal scaling and what problem is it actually solving and why do we need it, and let's understand what horizontal scaling is. Now let's describe the problem with a single backend server. If you go with a single backend server to run your application, you may run into problems over time because there is a possibility that your application might go viral and it may not serve the growing user base, which is the scalability issues. As your application grows, as more people start using your application, uh, you might face scalability issues because a single backend server cannot serve all users, uh, cannot serve at very high traffic. That's one of the biggest problem a single backend server can face. Now the other problems are single point of failure. Imagine you have a single backend server running your application. Now, if it goes down, your entire application will go down, which is not ideal and which is not what you want. So, these are the problems with a single backend server. And in this video, we will see how horizontal scaling can help us solve this problem. So first, let's understand why a single backend server cannot solve your scalability issues. It's because of the resource limitations. Imagine you have an Amazon EC2 instance with 72 GB RAM and 36 core machine. At max, it can serve 60,000 requests per second. And if the requests are a bit more complex, then it might be serving around 40,000, 30,000 requests per second. Now imagine as your application grows and if it has to serve more than 60,000 requests per second, it is not possible for a single VM to serve more than 60,000 requests per second. The users will experience uh, delayed responses from the backend server and the user experience will not be great. So that's the limitation. A single VM cannot serve, uh, there is a limitation on how many requests a single VM can serve. It can serve only up to that, and beyond that you will see the delay. Now what is horizontal scaling and now what is vertical scaling? Imagine you have a backend server and you want to serve more requests per second, you want to increase your RPS. What can you do? One thing which you can do is add more power to your backend server. You have a 36 GB RAM machine. Now adding more power means providing more RAM, more memory, more CPUs. It's kind of giving, instead of getting a small machine, this time you'll get a big machine. Now obviously the RPS will increase. Your scalability issues will be solved for a certain extent, but the single point of failure will still remain. That is one of the issues with vertical scaling. Now imagine this, the big machine goes down, your entire application will again go down. On contrast, horizontal scaling is something different. Instead of providing more power to a single VM, you add more VMs to your backend service. Let all these backend servers serve the purpose. Now imagine in future your traffic might increase. What can you do? You just need to add one more server in the backend service. Now is that possible in vertical scaling? Can you add unlimited power to a single machine? No, that's not possible. You cannot add unlimited power to a single backend server. That's not possible. So the better way is to use horizontal scaling. Add a single VM to your cluster and depending on the traffic it will serve the purpose. That is what horizontal scaling is. Let's see what horizontal scaling actually do. So in almost all tech companies, all SaaS softwares, all the tech companies, most of them use horizontal scaling to scale their systems. Now, uh, there is something called load balancer, which we will be talking about in our future videos. What this load balancer will do is it will monitor the health of all the VMs that are there in the service, and it will distribute the load according to that. Now it sees the CPU utilization of all these. It will track all the metrics, CPU utilization, memory, health, and everything of the backend service, and it will a backend server, and it will redirect the request to one of the backend server, and that's how load will be distributed among the backend servers. And auto scaling is something is a common strategy which most of the tech companies use. What they do is they will set some rules saying that if the CPU utilization of all these three servers go beyond 50%, then add one more backend server. Or if you can say that if the CPU utilization is not that much, then just remove one of the backend server from the cluster. That's how they scale up and down depending on the traffic. It is very great, one of the best strategy to have uh, to scale up and down your systems. Does horizontal scaling actually solve your availability issues? Yes, it does. How? So, a single Amazon EC2 instance guarantees 99% uptime. 99.99% uptime means that is around 1 hour per year downtime, right? Now imagine your application is down for 1 hour. If your application is not as popular as some applications, then it is not a problem. But imagine if you are Facebook or Instagram. If your application is down for 1 hour per year, that's not good. Now, how do you bring that down from 1 hour to 10 minutes? Add more virtual machines, right? Add more backend servers. If one goes down, the other will still keep the application running. According to some research papers, 4 nodes with 99.99% uptime will keep the overall application up and running 99.999% of the time. That's around 3 minutes or 4 minutes downtime per year, which is great, which is really great if someone can achieve that. So, and are we solving the single point of failure issue? Yes, we are. Imagine if this server goes down, then the other servers can serve the purpose. So your application is not going down entirely. That's the beauty of distributed systems. So I hope you have understood what horizontal scaling is. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any doubts, or if you want any video on a topic, just add it to the comments and I will try to make that video. Thank you. Thank you so much.